Hey everybody, Logan and Aurelian here. Today we are coming to you with another self-improvement segment. Today we're talking about resilience and why is resilience important and how to become resilient. The topic of resilience is one that's it's one you can read about, it's one you can get podcasts on, it's one that you can find books and articles and things on. But it truly is incredibly valuable. Why is it important? And how to become resilient. The why it's important is that more than likely you will fail if you don't have some level of resilience. And I don't say more than likely. With every single venture, with every single entrepreneurial venture, there are failures that come along, and you have to be resilient enough to be able to power through those without losing enthusiasm. And so for me, that's why resilience is important. I've had an entrepreneurial journey where I have had failures, and resilience is the only thing that's keeping you going, right? You're gonna walk through the fire at times. And so, Aurelian, I'm sure you've had failures as well that you've had to be resilient through. So for me, when I look at this topic, I look at, why is it important and how to become resilient. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, and um, I know for myself, it's very important to not let adversity define you. And, resiliency can be defined as the ability to bounce back in the face of adversity. And I remember when I was a teacher, I was really interested in this concept of resilience, and helping students become more resilient. And with this concept of resilience tutor, where in botanics you have a tree, and the tree may be misshaped, and basically you put a resilience tutor along the tree, and then you attach them together so that the tree can grow and raise to the sunlight. And I like this image, and it's important, like you said, for entrepreneurs, we are going to be faced with the difficult moments, deals that don't go through, or setbacks, to be able to bounce back. And like I said earlier, not to let those events, those failures define oneself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The metaphor that keeps popping in my mind is one I used to spend, I had spent some time in manufacturing, about a decade in manufacturing, actually. And for the latter half of that was in the forging arena. So for those who don't know what forging is, it's heating of steel and basically smashing it into shape, for lack of a better word. But, forged steel becomes tougher by being thrown into a 2200-degree furnace and then repeatedly beaten into shape. And when it comes out the other side, it's in a much more refined shape, and it's much tougher than it was to start with. Now, if that steel had feelings, probably staring at that furnace would be pretty terrifying. And then the concept of getting the crap beat out of you would be even more terrifying after that. But when it comes out the other side, it's this brand new shape. It's tougher. The molecular structure has been refined, and it's tougher than it ever was before, and it ever would be had it not gone through that process. So, resilience is something that you can read about. It's something you can learn some tools for. But I think in so many ways, it's something that you build resilience by being resilient. You build resilience by going through the process. You have to walk through that line, and just get tougher as you go. And it's unfortunately, this journey of life and this journey of entrepreneurship is going to come with lumps, and it's going to come with failures, and it's going to come with adversity. And you build that resilience by going through that. Now, there are definitely things you can do to ease that burden of gaining resilience. Finding emotional support help, finding mental support help, and finding physical support help. Exercising and eating right on a regular basis definitely going to make your mindset better. I think from a mental support, we think of the group we have here. So support groups like our group, peers. We talked about mentors in a previous episode. Those are all great ways to mentally support yourself. For me, emotionally, finding your niche, you'll know when you're in your niche when everything feels lighter, right? All the work feels lighter. All of it feels like the failures are easier to learn from and get on and brush past, because you're in the right arena. So I think those three areas are important if you want to have some tools. Build some emotional support tools, some mental support tools, and some physical support tools, and it'll help you with your resilience journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really see, like you say, the benefits of our mastermind. We meet on a bi-weekly basis, and then people bring their issues to the group, and then the group, we brainstorm together, and we try to find solutions together, and we get insights from the others through the group, and that's a great form of support. And we're honest with each other, and help support each other in the process. And yeah, I like this quote, from the book we were looking at the other day, The Common Path to Uncommon Success by Lee Dumas. This idea that the higher the obstacle, the lower the competition, that also makes the difference. If you're able to stick it out and go through different difficult periods, but make it through it, it will help with the competition. And also in terms of support and resistance, I find daily habits, healthy daily habits, like you were mentioning, eating and exercising, but also, it reminds me of the book, The Miracle Morning, and the savers, silent meditation that you do every morning, silent meditation, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and then scriptures, meaning journaling, can be a very good way to stay on track and to process, when difficult things happen. Process and have a support system where people are going to listen, hear, what's going on, and then little by little, usually, we know what the solution is. We know what we need to do, and but it's just first, you need somebody to listen to you, to your, if it's been emotionally disturbing, and then find the solutions and then apply those solutions. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it.
Absolutely. Yeah, building routine is key and is huge. It's even when things are going wrong in my day-to-day life or your day-to-day life, just having that routine to go through. It's like, all right, I know these things are going to go right, and then I'll deal with this thing that's going wrong. You know what I mean? It's so easy to have the one thing that goes wrong blow up the rest of your day, and it's just, you take all your time, you forget all those other things, and just like, this becomes number one, and you let that become number one. I think it's so critical to continue that routine, and then maybe time block some time for this thing that's causing you the stress, so that at least, these other things are getting done. And I think for me, when I've done that, my mental health is just so much better. I know that I'm still checking the boxes I need to check and pushing the ball down the field. And then that will take care of itself, when I have time to take care of it. So yeah, routines are phenomenal.
Yeah, and you really grow out of failure. And I remember, when I was studying entrepreneurship here in Canada, in Toronto, I remember the stories of entrepreneurs, narrating about their stories and their life lessons. A lot of their lessons were from adversity, what they had learned, from going through the motions of making the mistakes. And a mentor is going to help you, avoid some mistakes, but you learn a lot by walking the walk and making the mistakes yourself. And I think that's another point here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a critical topic. It really is. I mean, you're going to have resiliency if you want to have some level of success.
Yeah, and it's something you can cultivate, and it's something that, you grow a thicker skin, with time and with being exposed to difficulty.
Sure, absolutely. All right. Well, if anybody does want a support system in the commercial real estate world, we have our True Commercial Real Estate podcast has its own mastermind group. So hit us up, and yeah, we're definitely interested. You can comment on this video below, and yeah, if you're interested in the group.
Let's grow together. Well, thank you so much, Logan.
All right. Thank you, Aurélien. Take care.